Welcome everyone. Today we'll talk on AI as in artificial intelligence as a business technology. AI is supposed to play a major role in years to come, probably centuries to come altogether. So it is better to accustom ourselves to what exactly is artificial intelligence and how can we leverage artificial intelligence for increasing our profitability. That is what is required to be understood. The agenda is something very simple. We would love to give a crisp summary about it. What exactly is AI all about? What is the buzzword? The beginning of AI, where AI is taking as of today, and what will be the future that AI holds for us. So let us understand the process of adopting AI in our business, in our profitability of our firm, and let us see where AI can take us and the society along with it. So let us proceed with the executive summary. What exactly is executive summary? As in the next three slides that I'll be going around it, I would love to understand, tell it to you the pace. Remember the speed at it which is moving. The potential is the immense effect, impact, influence that AI can have. It is not something that we can afford to ignore. Perhaps it is the most important area in decision making of BI, or should I say business intelligence, which a business leader you will utilize over years to come. The depth of CIO, Chief Intelligence Officers, understanding would be the crucial differentiator. In fact, it is going to be the competitive edge over your competitors. It is your competitive advantages that we are talking about it, because the success and the failure of the firm depends much on the adoption and the possible outcomes that AI is predicting. So what is this fuss all about it? From security to blockchain technology. Blockchain, remember, this is where we are printing digital money, a digital currency, as in bitcoins, as in whatever you want to go around it. The 3D printing. Every new technology development comes with exhortations for CIOs. I repeat, CIO stands for Chief Intelligence Officer, to place it top of their agenda. However, in case of AI, it may well be the most important change we'll see in the philosophy, practice, and the management of the businesses. AI, or artificial intelligence, draws maximum energies and facilities from, or should I say, combining the exponential performance development in technology, such as hardware of the computer, such as the data that we are building, generating on every second basis, such as the Internet of Things, the cobwebs of information that is influxing in and around everywhere, and the field of machine learning, neural networks, and robotics. As a result, AI is beginning to fulfill its potential of transforming businesses. CIS have to ensure that they are investing in the right procedures everywhere to understand how much an AI or artificial intelligence matters to them, because AI is the one who is going to uh, probably tap potential and let you know where to do and what to act upon it. So, what is the potential? It is the place to start with, to educate yourself, to get accustomed to its potential, undertake internal analysis of where it could be deployed and whatever competitors are going to do around it. Next would be the medium to large enterprise, in particularly bringing every artificial intelligence expert to take a broader perspective. Absolutely, that is what we are looking into it, because they will tell me the exact role, the potential that any business prospect would be having it. Be it, where should you focus on it? Should you go on the channel partners? Should you go on productions? Should you focus on customer relationship and building services infrastructure? That is the potential that AI goes to tell it to you. AI is going to pinpoint everything for you. How fast is it moving? Let us assume to the next very question. The pace of AI development has caught most of us unaware. And believe me, those who have not understood the potential, they will be not only lagging behind, but in due courses of time, they will extinguish themselves. Right now, we are beginning to understand the scale of investment made by Google, the the mammoth organization that it has, IBM, International Business Machine, Microsoft, Uber, Baidu. Baidu is the Chinese search engine that comes around it. Many of the biggest development and research projects are kept under the radar until it is finally unveiled for the whole public to consume. and we can only speculate on what we might see next, from robot lawyers to ultra intelligent personal assistant. Probably finest of the surgeon would be AI enabled. Who should lead? Let me take the questions head on. Some companies are making it the responsibility of the chief executive, the chief operating officer, the chief intelligence officers or information officer, the business transformation head to drive the identification and piloting, if possible, the application of AI altogether. And let us explore the solutions across the spectrum of the business. And that is what we look to go around it. Yes, the third part of the thing, how deep should we take it? Believe me or not, the depth is unfathomable. Many firms are looking at relatively narrow deployment to automate rule-based decision making, predict future demand and customer behavior from accumulating data. Others are looking exactly at how much broader deployment, such as intelligence, human resources, finances, legal advisors, and real-time data analytics of live transaction, if I may say so. Deployment of AI could lead to deeper insight into the potential behavior of employees, customers, and your vendor partners. Next question: what about all this of talk of AI taking over the world, the robot taking over the control of the world, and probably the human beings will be further dictated only by AIs or the robotic world? Futuristic inventor, author Ray Kurzweil predicts, perhaps has already predicted, that in coming decades, machine will be able to simulate almost all kind of human intelligence in a phenomena he calls singularity. People talk about AI taking over, and that is not the case. We are so far from any world where that is reality. Machine definitely will get smarter over a period of time. Experts say, but the progress will be incremental and gradual on a day-to-day basis, on a year-to-year basis. All that AI is in going into the mainstream, but no singularity inside. As of me, as of I am concerned, I still find we might eventually go to singularity, but probably it is still a few centuries away from now. What would the success look like? Let me understand the world with AI as a predominant factor. It will be fail fast and cheap, bringing in supplier, customers, and the other value chain partners early to see if there is a commercial merit in an idea. There can be as much learning from a failed project as much as from a successful. So, what is this buzz about it? Let me answer those six questions that I've put through. First, what is AI? AI is the buzzword. It often comes along with a term called machine learning, deep learning, big data, neural network. You mean to understand each of these terms are interrelated? Absolutely, yes. Computer science is the study of automatic algorithm process that scales up. A computer scientist specializes in the theory of computation and the design of computational system. Allow me to go through AIs. As in artificial intelligence, how will you design? AI is the intelligence exhibited by a machine. An ideal intelligent machine is a flexible, rational agent that perceives its environment and takes action accordingly. That probably maximizes the chances of success at the goal. So probably you might have 90% chances of success of achieving a goal midway if you take a corrective action based on what AI is predicting. So machine learning is the study and the construction of these algorithms that can learn to make and probably predict data. Deep learning, on the other hand, is a branch of machine learning based on a set, believe me, a set of algorithms which try to attempt high level abstraction, which try to level up, understand its own prediction, and probably take into consideration and come up with different scenarios. This is what deep learning is all about. It is multi-layered, absolutely composite of multilinear or non-linear transformation. So the artificial intelligence, if we look into it, this is artificial intelligence. The core part is AI. Remember, but what is it all about? It is all about deep learning. It is all about evidence-based, factual-based learning, what is happening as of now, what we call as experiential learning. It is the machine learning system. It is the recommendation system. It is the predictive analytics, the algorithm that comes up with certain other solutions. The NLP, neuro learning programming or language programming, as the things are going on around it. It is all about text mining, every word which what it comes to around it. What is the clearest, similarist, most nearest synonym to it? What would be the antonym to it? So this is what we are doing it. NLG or NLP, natural language generations and prescriptive analysis, as the case might be. So what is AI? Remember, way back in 1970s, this is what was in all about it. It was data. It was all about your income, what was your credit score, what is the loan amount. Well, what is the prediction? Will the borrower be given a loan? And if given a loan, what are the chances of him repaying or probably defaulting? So that is what we are trying to go around it. Look at what kind of studies that goes around it. Now, this is what we call deep learning. This exactly, this points which have been earmarked in the chart and on your screen that is visible is what is DL or deep learning perhaps. So let us transfer into the histories of AIs altogether. The promise of intelligence, the quest for AI began way back 70 years back, approximately 1970, around 1970, 1950, 1970. 50s were the earlier birthplaces, and then probably we've come around it. So the quest for AI began 70 years back ago with the data of big computers, supercomputers, or let's say computer for that matter. But from computer we built supercomputers, and now we are going into cloud computing altogether. See the leaps and bounds that we have grown ourselves. So, but in last 25 years, new approaches of AI coupled with advanced technology. Did I say cloud computing? Did I say machine learning? Did I say deep learning? did I say big data and so on and so forth? Did I say virtual reality? Now, means that we now be on the brink of realizing those pioneers' dream. Way back in 1950s was a science fiction steers conversation. It was something which we were doing about fancy talk, right? As in robot would be published, a collection of short stories by a fiction writer, Isaac Asimov. Asimov is a Russian writer. Asimov was one of the several science fiction writer who picked up the idea of machine intelligence and imagined its future. Probably in 1956, a top-down approach came around it. The term AI was coined for the first summer conference in Dartmouth University, organized by young computer scientist John McCarthy. The top scientist debated how to tackle with AI. 2001, let us go around it. How it comes around from 1950 to 1956, then come 68, 69, 2001, a space odyssey imagined where AI could lead. Minsky influenced the science fiction too altogether. He advised Stanley Kubrick on the film 2001 Space Odyssey. One of the landmark Hollywood movies are on AIs, on let's say extraterrestrial discoveries. Tough problem to crack. AI is what we were looking into. The lofty prediction made by advocate Minsky. Something shaky about the robot. The first general purpose of the mobile robot was able to take decision, and that is what we are looking forward to. From histories of AI, 1973, the AI winter, definitely yes. It was what we were talking about, the coldest winter at that point of time, and how things AI was in trouble and AI would not be able to reinvent itself, recome with it. But then everything went for a lull for a moment. In almost in a decade time, 1981, a big solution came forward around it when AI attracted the maximum number of investment. And at that point, if I may just educate the audience of this particular video, those AIs were just automation on a large scale production of your industrial revolution that took place. A big scale automation came around it. So back to nature was the bottom up inspiration for the 1990s. The AI scientist Rodney Brooks published a new paper, Elephant Don't Play Chess. Brooks argued that the top-down approach of reprogramming or pre-programming a computer with rules and regulation doesn't work, and in fact is categorically wrong thing to do. He helped the revival of bottom-up approach, including the long unfashionable field of neural network. Then in 1997, it was the century's mark between man and machine, the fight of the 20th century, which started around it when we started to play chess with the computer, with the deep learning computer that goes around it. In fact, the computer name is something called Deep Blue, and Kasparov played with it, which in 1997 took, yeah, it's written out here, just Gary Kasparov. The supercomputer actually won. The Deep Blue actually won. The first robot at home was 2002. Rodney Brooks spin-off company iRobot created the first commercially successful robot, and automation vacuum clean out cleans everything. Now this is what we were looking into it. Then the war machine comes in, as in being generated in a lot of Cold War scenarios. The US military is getting it. We are getting stealth bomber, which even the radar cannot detect it. And how do we go around it? This is what the history is all about. It 2008 is start breaking the cracking of the big problem. Here the Apple iPhone, the biggest conglomerate as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, as far as new product development is concerned, a Google app with a speech recognition. It was very simple. User interface was very simple, but believe me, the algorithm behind it had took a toll on the onto the scientists who actually developed it. That was a major breakthrough, and it still is, and we are absolutely making it a most wonderful inventions which people have lapped it out, made almost a lot of problem disappear altogether. 2010 it was all the generation of bots. Dance bot at time was changing. Now we have chat bots also. The AI means a small computer could pack a bigger punch. Look at it. Look at your Android devices. The internal memory that is consuming is present in your Android devices is still bigger than the earliest computer developed. As for a full-fledged computer, never had even 20 GB of hard disk or 40 GB of hard disk. But look, what is your Android device might be having? It might be 512 or 126, sorry, 128, and so on and so forth. Now, what are we looking into it? How do we come across so many GBs? A computer which was packing 40 GBs or 20 GBs of hard disks is now been packed, is not been packed 10 times, being packed in a smaller Android device, which is a handheld mobile that you people are doing it. So don't you think the machine is becoming intelligent? 2016, definitely yes. Nowadays we can not only speak on a mobile, but we can also speak on a mobile and watch the person who might be few thousand miles away from each other, or probably he or she can always be in a different planet, and we still have a technology that we can see that gentleman or the lady in question. So it is not only of hearing of the voice, but also visually seeing the person in around. And that is only possible with the AI thing. AI, I should say, is booming. Now, this is what the expectation is all about. It. Look what happened, and see the number of innovation that is picking up and goes around it. And this is how everything been working around it. Plateaus in less than 2 years. You look, where did we start with digital security, people literate technology, bioacoustic sensing, and it went on. A number of changes, number of innovation which happened altogether. Look at the peak of inflated innovations, inflated expectation that comes around it. And probably now we have come into the cloud computing stages of hybrid, augmented reality, virtual reality, gesture control, and before we will again make a huge wave around it. And that is for more things to come, and I'm very sure it is going to happen sooner than later. And that is why I keep on saying is AI is booming. You look at the intelligence, I have just given you the scores out here, and look how the total funding has been improved and how it has passed over a period of time. Early 2006, a minuscule funding. There was a dip on 2009 because of some kind of economic scares, which I don't want to relate out here probably. But once that economic scare went away, it went away and it ran away. The investment code took up skyward before COVID came around it, and then there was a little bit drop, and again there's a pick around here. So AI is simply moving. Big data is simply moving. Big data is marked in the blue line. AI is marked in the red line. And you look how it is going around it. I've just given an insight that's been present out here. So the current boom of AI is based on an old idea with a modern twist, the so-called artificial neural network, ANNS, model on the architecture of the human brain. It's a human brain that comes around it. Billions and zillions of nodes and internodes are present in our brain all together. And that is what the layer cake is all around it. We have the input layer, we have the hidden layer, and we have the output layer. Output layer is my eyes, my ears, my nose, and how it manifests the things that is happening in my head, as the case might be. That is what neural network is all about it. Remember, artificial neural network weren't as effective in the past as effort is right now. For example, understanding, recognizing handwritten notes. Absolutely. This is now possible, made possible, but attempts to get them double more then the complex tasks. Definitely, yes. It requires deep learning. It requires patience. It requires a good amount of algorithm. It requires understanding exactly what we are looking out here. So after a flurry of excitement, enthusiasm, and artificial neural network has diminished a little bit, but believe me, things are going to improve with leaps and bounds. Three changes that have led to the revival of AIs. What are they? Let me tell it to you. First, a new training technique modeled on a deep network is feasible nowadays. We can get connected over the net. Look how you are accessing this video on the net. Probably this video might have been recorded few days back, and that's what has been done. Despite this video has been recorded a few days back, probably few years down the lane, this recording might be there, and this recording can be archived. People might be able to access it. Second, the rise of internet has made billions of documents, images, videos available for training purpose. This is a glorifying example. But number two requires a lot of number crunching power. The powerful hardware, which is where the third element comes from. 2009, several AI researchers group realized the graphical process unit (GPUs), the specialized chips used in PCs and video games as the console things that comes around here, and that is what we need to understand every moment. Remember, artificial intelligence is now powers everything, including the Google search engine, Facebook automatic photo tagging, Apple voice assistant Siri, Amazon shopping recommendation, Tesla self-driving driven cars, as the case might be. And look what you have to understand. In your company, your CIOs has to determine what kind of leverages that AI can possibly bring to the businesses thereby. So let us proceed with the current state of AI. Believe me, AI is everywhere. Deep learning helps Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google. Improve its search engine, search results, those algorithms, the Google crawler, based on what basis they are going to go around it. So that is what Apple deep learning has helped around it. Airbnb, the biggest hotel chain around the globe, uses machine learning to recommend the best places to stay. Big tech companies have developed an AI powered virtual assistant. Amazon has it. Tesla has it, Apple has it, Microsoft has it. Everybody is having their own virtual assistant. General Electric uses computer vision system to quickly identify cracks in jet engine blades. MasterCard uses machine learning tools to analyze more than 1.3 billion transactions per day and help detect fraud. Nasdaq is a stock exchange listed companies for only IT driven shares using artificial intelligence system that passes traders chatter to spot the trend and potential insider trading as the case might be. So AI in finance, how it goes around it, how businesses are adopting. Let me glorify 80% of underlying data processed in financial services sector remain either semi-structured or non-structured at all. But here is what the big opportunities for AI comes in. AI can contextualize every data. It can analyze every data, sequence any data, and segregate accordingly. The AI powered financial service assistant is capable of performing a deep content analysis, evidence based reasoning to accelerate and improve results. For example, a bank could use the system to make better recommendation of financial products based on comprehensive analysis of market condition. AI has the application in compliance, fraud detection and security, integrating structures, unstructured data, ensuring compliance rules are being applied and can help detect offenses such as money laundering and insider trading. This is what is happening in stock exchanges, as in Nasdaq or Dow Jones, you name it. You have FTSE, FTSE, DAX in Germany, FTSE is in London. Um, the various stock exchange that goes around it. So-called Know Your Customer (KYC) system is another widespread utilization of AI to manage structured and unstructured data altogether. So AI in law, I have just shown you AI in finances. Now in law, a proven application for AI in law is seen claims of personal injury, damages for signs of fraudulent behavior. AI is opening access to laws as a system becoming available that can reliably draft documents such as tenancy, employment contract to suit every individual accordingly. AI will make document assembly system originally developed for lawyers. Everything will be sequenced and every particular pertinent laws, if everything is digitalized, you can procure all kind of information, all kind of cases and verdicts On a step of a click, AI is going to help you, assist you in accessing the most relevant data towards your case and your objective line together. AI in marketing and advertising. Intelligent advertising hoarding capable to sense the presence of a passerby is a proximity ad that comes around in your mobile. You move across a shopping complex probably or a shop, the offers and promotion would automatically be available on your device. If it is enabled, Bluetooth is enabled, proximity alert will give it to you as in the what is the best possible discount promotion which is going or running in that particular vicinity. So application of pattern recognition, cognitive learning system to help proceed the sales. It's your virtual personal assistant. It is only helping you to make the correct decision and required decision. AI could automate the process of sorting, predictively score any areas, any contact profile of our customers, and probably helping you make a much more bigger reach and deep reaching the customer's pocket and probably deploying it as on when on basis. That is done automatically by AI. So AI in agriculture, in farming system, weather forecasting being done by AI. Your soil testing, grading of the soil, AI will tell it to you what kind of crop needs to be sowed. So today farming decisions are based not only on tradition but also on intuition. Futures is something which was different completely. Machine will let you know what to do. It will have sensory data, aerial imaging. Farmers will make intelligent data as when to sow and when to absolutely reap the crop. You need to understand. It will tell the predict the weathers. How is it happening? It in automotive industry, AI cars are driven by human. Probably they are prone. They have a different attitude. Probably they are not on the best of the health. Probably they are concentration of the not at the highest level, and that is the reason why the more than 1.3 million. I am saying 1.3 million people die on road accident every year across the world. But future can be different. Will be driven not by human beings, by a completely driverless car, leading to a comfortable experiences, leading freeing up time for the passenger or for the person to do his own stuff. If he or she wants to relax, probably can take that time when he or she is traveling, because AI is going to take the luxury of driving you out from your to your destination. AI in a customer care today, cumbersome, time wasting, voice menu, you talking it out, pressing for one for credit card, two for debit card, automatic voice assistant, what we goes around it. But in future, virtual assistant can converse like human and assist with ease. You will never come to know whether you're talking with a human or it was a machine out there. AI in enterprises today, mundane tasks in office lead to decreased productivity. Definitely yes. But future automatic meeting scheduler, take note taker, speech to text description, or transcription as the case might be. Virtual personal assistant will only augment your productivity to a larger scale. So what does AI vendor landscape look like? Now it is something which goes around it as far as an agent, professional, personal, interfact, you name it, we will have a lot many things. As an automatic system for air, ground, sea, industrial, it will give you vital data points. As for enterprise, it would be security, HR, recruitment, sales, marketing, customer support, internal audit, external audit, market intelligence. You look at it. For platform, let's say research, R&D, full stacks, machine learning, industrial not, audio, visual, data encryptment, data enrichment, what you want. In industry, we have edutech, adtech, agriculture, food, retail, legal, materials, healthcare, and so on and so forth. Now, this continues. Every kind of industry will be included. In fact, AI is an omnipresent thing in days to come, irrespective of any industry. Now, let me tell you about what Shivan Zilli's framework for understanding the landscape. This is not my perspective, but I thought this was one of the best perspective that I came across. So I'm keeping it for your keeping for the audiences. Now, Panopticons connects the broad data set. What this is all about it is all about machine learning. Starts with the data in computers, analyzes. So the company is called Panoptions, right? These are assembly enormous, important new data set categorizes this automatically. Now that is what we are looking forward to. These are defensible business tends to be global in nature. Global is very literal for every person. Now that is what we want to go around it. what does Suzanne Zilli's framework says? It says build everything from small baby steps, as in the data that comes around it. We need to add on to it. Come whatever data they can give you information, provided you are utilizing it all together to your requirement. Example is Planet Labs premises or diff board. Similarly, for laser conflict or a focus data set, company like Zilli's called it lasers. While building a niche data sets, only specific data sets are we are looking into it. Why? Because we are looking at a specific problems only and nothing beyond it. Probably that's the only reason why, as in Panopticons, they said collect data as on when on coming up, try to make a sense of data. But out in laser, it is only the niche segment that we are looking into it, dissecting it, coming with an alternative solution only to a particular pertinent problem. The product immediately helps users answer specific questions like how much should I water my crops, and so on and so forth. What is the quality of the soils that I have? Am I eligible for a loan? Do I get a loan, or will I be able to repay the loan in due process of time? Now, these are things that needs to be talking around. Alchemist promises to turn your data into gold. In fact, data is the new petrol or gas, as they say so. Data will make you rich. If you have the data, you have the information. If you have the information, you will take the correct decision. And if you take the correct decision, you will have dollars in your bank account. And that is what data is all about. It's a simple pitch of getting to know anything and everything. Gateway causes created the uses of user cases for specific data types. Obviously, yes. Then comes the magic wand, which is a seamless fix of workflow. Magic wand is as in data are stored in a computer server, in your internet. You have the data, you can access it. You can do it from anywhere around the globe, and irrespective of who is picking up the data. What does it mean? It's like a magic wand. You have the best case scenario and then pitch it accordingly, whether you'll be able to take a particular course of action. If you can take a particular course action, you transfer around here, and that is what we are looking forward to, right? That's the magic wand that goes around it. Navigators creates automation, autonomous system for the physical world. Obviously, yes, machine learning will let you know what is right, what is not. Self-driving cars, yes, one of the example. Bypass heart surgeon done by AI, completely a robotic machine. What does it do? It is what we are looking at. Your Uber or your Lyft, what kind of rates that they are reflecting on your mobile when you book one ride? Depends on what part of the day, from where you are going, what is the rush time. It will not only give you the rates, but it will also tell you the predictive earliest arrival time, as in what the time would be going across it. So that is what we are looking for it. Similarly, for agent, create cyberbox and bots, and there are plentiful of bots. And nowadays, almost in every website, the personal assistant will pop up on your screen and ask you certain questions. How may I help you? What are the things that you're looking for? You might be choosing it. Then the bots might give you the option. The bots might give you the option. The option you might be choosing, they might be coming up and probably able to precisely solve your cases or solution, give you appropriate solution accordingly. So it makes sense to be in AI business. Now, technical consideration, what are the challenges? AI platform and specific app that we going around it. The tech vendors have to develop a broad platform aimed at bringing machine learning tools to corporate customers. Experts say business user will favor an industry specific application. Let's say banking as an industry will have a specific understanding of application. Why? Because everybody would love to make it absolutely secure thing, secure fashion. Similarly, let's say a travel industry, let's say airlines, ship. If you're going to book tickets, how does it goes around it? It has to be, there might be a certain number of airlines that you would be hop, step, and jumping, right? To move from destination A to B via destination C and D. So there might be several hop, step, and jump, probably, and that's a complex thing. So can we have industry-specific app platform? So when you build a narrowly focused AI, it helps the algorithm train faster, and you end up having a system that is absolutely more accurate. More specific application also make it easier for CIs to create performance metrics. Data deploying machine learning will force companies to think about new ways to collect data, store data, develop application, and cater to the problem that it is featuring out or coming up. AI projects will require inputs from many lines of businesses, which could make implementation a challenging affair to take take a case forward. Then we have adopting AI in your businesses. What are we looking into it? The hype, the general confusion about the capabilities of AI technology may slow adoption. People might be apprehending about the possibilities that AI is going to overtake their jobs, future, life, everything. So that might actually deter from adopting AI. Gartner says people are selling big dreams, big vision of what this can do, and they're having trouble landing this in a way that is practical and realistic. Most IT organizations don't have a skills to understand what can be done and what cannot be done. No AI system yet developed will magically fit every cases, solve all your problems. If a vendor tells you that a model got a state of the art result out of the inbox, they are either exceedingly lucky or probably they are just blowing trumpet altogether. Dealing with the hype asks this question to separate hype from reality. How much training data is required? This is very important. Can this work go unsupervised? Or should I say this work can be automated? Can the system predict out the vocabulary names? Imagine I said my friend Rudniart was mean to me. Many AI system would never be able to understand who was mean to me. So was it Rudniart? My friend was mean. I was mean. Who was mean to me? Because Rudniart is a proper noun and it is out of their vocabulary. How much does the accuracy fall as an input story gets longer? How stable is the model's performance over a period of time? The real world really looks like a data set. Very few data sets are entirely representative of what tasks look like in the world. Any claim of advanced research without publication is suspect at best. AI doesn't change the base use case or business fundamental. If a business plan doesn't work, will it free the humanity from working upon it, or will it save the humanity altogether? So people consideration, jobs, definitely that's the major consideration. Technology advances have always eliminated some jobs, but probably has created plentiful of also. So leaving social change in a form of displaced legacy worker in their wakes. There is no reason to suppose that this trend will continue or not. Deloitte says we cannot focus the job of the future, but we do believe that jobs will continue to be created, continue to be enhanced, and probably even destroyed, much as they have done in last 1.5 centuries. Forrester says while automation will lead to a net loss of 9.1 million US jobs by 2025, that's not nowhere near 69 million that many pundits have predicted. Foresters also foresee a partnership rather than an adversarial relationship. Advances in automation technology will mean that humans increasingly work side by side with robots, software agents, and other machines. Decision making, let's say about AIs and humans, how do they fare against each other? As an AI advances, more machines start making unsupervised decisions. Companies will face tough situation about exactly what or when humans don't or do perhaps be involved in decision making. The consequences of mistakes at the moment are just unknown. The recent crash, if I may say, of the autopilot equipped Tesla shows that the challenge of coordinating the behaviors of humans and the machine altogether. Effects of the workforce, we have such a thing. Businesses must grapple with the effect of intelligent machine will have on their workforce. The workforce should take into their consideration of what is expected and how it can be done altogether. That is what is to be done, probably. And this is what we are looking forward to. So adopting AI, the challenges, if you look into it, as a number of years been predicted on your x-axis, and probably the analytics and the data source, data sciences, the data jobs that has increased over a period of time. You see, as early 1990s, probably very minuscule number of jobs. But when it comes from 1990s to 2022, you see it grows by leaps and bounds. From point zero 0.01 to it becomes almost like a point 0.1. That's 100 times increase. That's 100% increase, if I may say so. So this is what companies are looking at to start an AI team. Often get overwhelmed with the challenges, specific characteristic of hiring, building, and growing a team. Confusion causes the term praises buzzword around certain technologies, algorithm, and the skills. Starting a team of this kind is not the same as it with the average software development team. Profiles are more specific, terminologies are more exotic, there are more consensus on the market regarding the best practices and the state of art. Several skill shortages, believe me or not, severe skill shortages are there. Experts claim that the data scientists are unicorn in a very limited edition or limited supply. So how do we go across and build our own AI team? First and foremost, accountability. It should be very clear what we are looking, what we are embarking upon it, exactly where the organization team, organization chart needs to be located, and who the main stakeholder would be. Some organization put data science team under CTO, the chief technology officer, or even the CMO, the chief marketing officer. Other people prefer a federated system, absolutely a different system altogether, which is the AI people will be distributed across the functions, across the department, and nobody else is going to supervise and nobody else are going to supervise them except for the project manager. While others goes for R&D route, the other team does not have a specific agenda what to do as far as R&D is concerned. The decision depends completely on the company's organization, cultures, resources, as well as the team's mission. What are the resources when you're looking at? We are talking about a technical talent in this area, and they don't come cheap. Absolutely not cheap. For a company with 300 or more employees trying to create a centralized team with a specific mission, example recommendation of engine, customer reactivation. A good first start is a team of 8 people or 6, 7, 8 people probably, where one is a technical project manager, one, two in a hardcore data scientist responsible for modeling. The rest, 3, 4 are the data engineer deploying the production code as the case might be. Over a period of time, the team can be augmented, added with similar machines, similar members, similar skill set as the case might be. So technical project manager, the person should have at least a minimum of 3 to 5 years of experiences of managing a similar team of quantitative subjects. Preferably, the person should have solid technical background. Although he or she may not be expected to go, but he or she should be able to do it in case somebody leaves the team. Data scientist is someone who has solid quantified background, understand, plays with data, and probably come up with wonderful solution altogether. He or she should hold a PhD in a field of physics, mathematics, computer science, biology, or probably any other science-oriented disciplines. This person should be judged by the quality of his or her research and nothing else. It is entirely possible to be an expert in machine learning, but really bad in software development. Now, this is what needs to be understood. Hence, it is very important to assume that anything and double checking her or his coding skill is must requirement. Please do not go only by certification. Additionally, it is important to verify how hands-on the individual is, how good the candidate from the academic might have some sort of miss expectation. The expectation might not match with your expectation of the company. The data engineer does not need to be very academic, but should be laborious, but should be understanding, very analytical and very logical. He should or she should be a solid software developer with an interest in a quantitative techniques, should have a solid understanding of algorithms, data structures, and software engineer. Overall, his or her code must be excellent. Try to look for an individual who's actively contributing to open source project. The last segment of this video would be the presentation that we are talking around it is the future of AI. Today, struggles are being made on the basis of what the business is all about it, potential enterprises, customers say. But in future, this might not be the cases, as a heavy investment is becoming an artificial literate. Executive changes the organization to make it a new AI technologies. Today, I suppose the AI technology companies, the company wants to know what the current business is all about it and where it wants to portray in the future. That is what the AI doing in the first hand. In future, AI will figure out everything, right from where it is standing, where it wants to go, and from their objective, where the AI want to take the business altogether. They start packaging solution to a specific problem, and they start working alongside as the case might be. We would love to go around the technology transformation that AI is bringing around us in terms of healthcare, agriculture, transportation, logistics, financial services. Strategies evolved over to overcome developing difficulties areas as far as regulatory areas are concerned, or should I say the gray areas, or the area where people don't understand is the startup, the fly under radar state strategy where you don't want to come into the limelight. Big companies like Google and Apple are seeking these opportunities because they have a resource to be patient and are most likely to able affect the regulatory change. Startups are considering beefing up the funding earlier position as on when on basis. The future of AI is definitely exciting. I would love to wind up this particular presentations and the videos accordingly. The practical side of AI will flourish altogether. Most new entrant will avoid generic technologies solutions. More combination of practical and eccentricity would come around it. a few years back, a company like Orbital, inside would have seemed far-fetched, but look what they have done with the vision computers or vision algorithm. Look at the 5G equipment that they have been churning out by China and how cheap they are churning it out. Researchers will continue to do things that make us stop, wait really, and probably wonder how admonish our realities the accomplishment of AI. Come to an end of this presentation. Absolutely. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you for watching this video till the end.